So XPeng on the last update, OTA update 5.8, released a new functionality called Dashcam. So it was already told for some time that this functionality was available on the XPeng cars, but it only arrived theoretically to all the XPeng users in Europe on this last version 5.8. I say theoretically because in some countries it was not available. In case of Portugal, where I am, this functionality was restricted. So I do have the hardware, I do have the software, but for some unclear reasons, we don't have the Dashcam available in my country and some other countries. Due to this situation, I did got a Dashcam. Yes, I got an external Dashcam that I will connect to my car, and I will show you everything about that. So hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Hugo and this is the XPeng G6 Owner's Diaries. I do publish a lot of videos from my transition from a nice car to an EV, mainly with my XPeng G6, but I do talk a lot about EVs, news, and also some accessories that can be used in every single car. So this is one of the frustrations that I have, because I have hardware, I have software in my car, but the app, DVR app, is then restricted and I cannot use it inside my XPeng. So yes, I decided to go to FansXPeng. So FansXPeng did send me a camera. It was not the one I ordered because I got just the single front camera, but they sent me one with the back camera also. I will not connect that one because for that we need to dismantle some parts of the car, and I am really afraid to do that, and I am very bad on this type of stuff. So I will only connect the front camera, but I will show you everything from what's inside the box, how much it costs. You already saw some of these images on the screen. I will leave links in the description if you are interested on something like that. Again, I repeat that this camera is going to be used on my XPeng and can be used for XPengers that do not have the Dashcam functionality in their cars. But this is also useful for any brands, any cars, or any owner that has a car that do not have a Dashcam, because this Dashcam is not entitled and not connected to the XPeng in any way. It just needs a power source to be then useful. So this is the camera that I am talking about. So this is the box, as you can see, 4K camera, front and back camera. You see that it's Wi-Fi connected. It has loop recording, 170 wide angle, class 10 or above TF card is needed. I already got one class 10 with 128 gigas. So I will show you everything. Let's open this box and see what is inside. So opening the box, as you can see, it's the camera automatically here. So opening the box and we have immediately the camera here. So let's take it out, and as you can see, here it is. So still has the plastics here on the cover and the screen. So the idea of this camera is to reside like this on the windscreen. Okay, so you will have the screen for you to check what is being recorded, and then the camera can be adjusted down and up so that you can then see whatever you want. It has these connections here, as you can see. So it has a USB-C power connection. You have the TF card, so an SD card class 10 to be connected here, and then you have here for the rear camera if you want to connect it here, and then you have a lot of buttons here to start it and then change some configurations here, and the screen, as you can see, it will glue up with this glue stuff here, and the camera can be adjusted up and down, as you can see here. Okay, so let's connect these already. Also inside the box, let me show you, you have also a couple of cables. So you have here cigarette lighter power cable. Okay, it's very large, it's very long, but you know that XPeng has here an USB port right here. So I got a different cable to connect these. And then you have also for the rear camera, you have here the wiring that you could then pass through the car so that you have then the information from the camera on the back. Of course, you have the instructions manual explaining how to connect and get information from the device itself. So here it is, the cable that I got. As you can see, it's angled so that it's easier to connect on these situations. So it's a 0.5 meters cable, so that we can have just a small cable here to connect to the system. So let's connect it here, and then we will end up with something like this. So let me just connect to see if it works. And before just putting that over there, please format the memory card. So I just installed a new memory card. Let me confirm this. So for confirming, we need to press this one. It's now already formatting the card.
Recording started.
Okay. And it's already recording, okay, guys? So it's connected and it's recording. So if I just want to glue this thing here, okay, so to be very close to these sides, and then adjust the camera, as you can see, down so that it records the front of the car. So let me already take this out, okay, so that I can glue it here. And I think this will be a nice place to do it, okay? So it's not in front of me, it's just there, it's glued, okay? Oh, sorry. Okay, and then I can adjust here so that it's recording the front of the car. Another important thing is that you can specify a lot of stuff here. So if you just click on this button here, you can start and stop recording. You can also do this, and you have a lot of configurations here. Let me show you very quickly what you have. So resolution ratio, sound record, loop record, language, G sensor. So here you can activate G sensor and specify what is the level that you want. Let me put this on high, confirm here, and then let's go down. Parking monitor also, so if you click here, you say that it's open or closed. So let me just confirm. And then we have here compact records, and then compact record duration, Wi-Fi settings, put the mirror back, pull the mirror back, screen brightness, screensaver, volume, date watermark. Let me go here for the volume because I do believe that it's very high. So let me even close this because I don't want her to talk with me. And then I have date watermark, fatigue driving, exposure compensation, white balance, project, reject flicker, and time settings, formats, default configuration. So as you can see, there are a lot of configurations that you can do already in this menu here. So leaving now, and it starts recording, and as you see, it is now green. So if you stop recording, it will show a red light here. Now let's connect the device to the phone and see what type of information we get from the phone. To do that, we need to enable wireless. So to enable wireless, we just need to click here.
Wi-Fi on.
Wi-Fi on, okay. Let's go for the phone to see what type of information we get from this device. So here we are connected to the Wi-Fi, as you can see on the screen. This is the information coming from the camera. And now you are seeing the live data that the camera is recording, or you can then set up the camera settings. So if we go to camera settings, the recording is stopped, is shown here with a red information, and then you can just select what type of information you want. So video resolution here, as you can see, 4K and 180p. And then you have loop recording duration. So I have it set to 2 minutes. So it will do 2 minutes clips and resume back. Time watermark, collision sensing. So it's currently set to medium. Automatic screen off time for 3 minutes. I will even reduce this to 1 minute. It's more than enough. Parking guard, so it will monitor still when the car is parked, okay? And it will have a time-lapse recording duration of 8 minutes with 2 frames per second. So basically, when it is parking mode, it will just record some frames per second, so that it creates like a time lapse. Instead of recording 4K every single time, it just records images and creates a time lapse for 8 hours. Okay, of course, guys, you need to take in consideration the SD card that you have put it inside, so that you don't run over the recordings and then you end up without knowing what really happened. When you leave the camera settings, then the recording will regain starting, and then you can just take pictures, stop recording, or access the information. So if you go here to camera file, you see that it stopped, and then you have then here the loops, and you can then check the information that was recorded as soon as we were connecting this. So here, this first recording, of course, it was when I was still positioning the camera in my car, so of course it's not useful. But let's go for this one that the car it's already stopped, and as you can see, the image quality, it's very nice. It can allow us to get the information what is happening in front of the car. Guys, let me show you very quickly how these end up being installed. So as you can see, USB-A here on this side, because XPeng does have a connector here on USB-A. And then the cable is going through here on the top of the rear view mirror, and then connects here to the camera. The camera, as you can see, has a light indicator here, and if it is green, it is being then used in recording mode, and you can activate then the screen using that button. You can see here on the top that it's recording for 42 seconds, 4K, as park assist on, it has G sensor on, Wi-Fi is already off, and has microphone on. It has the cards over there also, and it's powered. And you then have in the bottom the time and date of the recordings, and then the camera will disconnect after 1 minute the screen, so that it's only recording here. You can adjust again the camera position using just your fingers. So I am putting it here to just get a bit of the front of the car. So guys, this is it. This was the video that I wanted to do, just to show you how aftermarket dash cam works on the XPeng or in any car that wants to have a dash cam. So again, this is not XPeng related. This is not tied to XPeng. If you have any type of car and you are into dash cams and you want something working in your car, you see how easy it is to install and have it working together with your phone. Again, guys, this is just a temporary solution for me as an XPenger, because I do expect that the original system, the original hardware and software will be available in the near future, so that I can use it. But for all of you guys that don't have a dashcam availability in your car, inbuilt in your car, this is a really good alternative. Again, FansXPeng was where I got it. The links are in the description if you want to get something like that. It has this option with only front camera and also together with a rear camera. So it's very good. You have also a discount code. You can use it with XPeng PT on your purchase, so that you get 10% of discount. Again, guys, at the end of the video, I will leave a couple of footage from my recordings from this camera, so that you can see the quality of the recordings in nighttime and daytime also. And that's it. Thank you very much again for this. I hope you find this video useful in any way. And if so, leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and leave your comment if you are using DVR functions in your car. If you don't have an XPeng and you have a DVR solution like this, let me know which one you picked and what are the advantages. And that's it. Thank you very much again, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye, guys.